More exclusive Naruto Lemon videos coming out on my Boosty. You can support me by subscribing. I'll give you a 30% discount on all subscription levels especially for you. Link in description. Description: Nanadame the Hokage lives an ordinary life, work, home, family, work. He has a beautiful wife, talented children and universal recognition. What else can you dream of? Uchiha Sasuke rarely appears at home, where his wife and daughter are waiting for him, and is not known as an exemplary family man. But Haruno Sakura looks happy, and the sign of the great clan is inscribed with a fan on her back. Besides the Uchiha past, Sasuke and Uzumaki Naruto is united only by one wrong choice. And the soul is one for two. Chapter 1. Sake. The paper is covered with clumsy letters and replete with schematic drawings. Konohamaru never knew how to keep documentation. Naruto runs through scribbles with a glance, picking out the most important thing. Everyone is alive, no one wounded, mission completed successfully. Sarada did well, Mitsuki distinguished himself, Boruto, as always, made a lot of noise and I was idle, but well done too. Naruto puts the paper down edge of the table, clasps his hands in front of him, a foreign, alien gesture that has become almost native, and looks in window, unilluminated by the lights of Konoha. From the residence can see the spire, the places where it lives. Boruto is probably sorting out his things right now, washing himself, getting ready order. Hardly whether he very tired Class B mission, so he has enough strength to go down and have dinner. And would not bad if Naruto was there, next to him. Listened how the mission went, praised and patted head, but this is beyond him strength. Naruto sends a clone there. Boruto will be offended again and not will understand. But so what? There's nothing to do. He's still too young to understand, but I'm old enough to be offended. Son, not baby Himawari, he needs his father nearby. A Naruto's shitty father. And no way this is any more to correct. There are still hordes of documents ahead. Naruto looks at them with a gloomy look, rubbing his tired eyes. The residence has been empty for a long time. Only the ANBU stood vigilantly at posts. Late evening, almost night, and go to the place where Naruto periodically spends the night. There are no strength already, he's better will sit all night again work. In the morning, in the quiet pre-dawn Konoha, you can visit Ichiraku Ramen. The old man will grumble and swear it's been hard for him to get up here lately, just like the Hokage is impatient to eat ramen, but he will get up and will pour a larger plate. You can sit in silence, listening to the lamentation of the old man, and submit to moment that everything is as before. And there is a mission ahead, where the excitement and the whistling of kunai over your ear, and not documents in front of your nose and complete inability to get out office at least for hour. But not yet morning before he is far away, legions of reports and small hordes of requests. Enough for all night and a little more. Naruto sighs and attracts to grab the nearest pile. He very tired and it's time, would give yourself a day off, but, not I want to. Lie, play around, looking at once beloved eyes. No, it's better here. The door opens silently. Naruto, thinking about another paper, even shudders, automatically raising his head. Who did the ANBU decide to let in? Such a time? Not are you going home? Sasuke asks without greetings, stopping in front of the table. Naruto looks at him greedily, a tattered, dirty cloak, tired view. Iron breasts here, same getting warmer, they haven't been here for a long time met. How much time has passed since the battle with Momoshiki? 2 months, 3? Sasuke, Naruto says for some unknown reason. It's nice to say his name, and Uchiha and not he seems to object, but tilts his head slightly to the side. He doubts, therefore, Uzumaki's sanity. And earlier would not fail to report this, but earlier it happened before. Too much water has flown under the bridge and Sasuke is silent. No, it's a lot of work. Something happened? No, Sasuke says slowly. Naruto glances at hard, wrinkle his lips, and here same looks away. Dealt with Kage Castle. Nothing new? No. Everything is quiet, Sasuke shrugs. From movements, the hems of his cloak part slightly. The tread flashes with a steel shine. Naruto swallows with a suddenly dry throat. You took it from Boruto? Sasuke looks for a long time and attentively. Not understands. Naruto is ready to stretch his lips, smile, laugh, and no matter what the pressure is, it hurts somewhere. Breasts, of course. I took him away, Sasuke answers coldly, and words get stuck in throat. Big, nose swallowed lump. With what should I leave it? Naruto shrugs awkwardly and looks away. Not look easier. Much, much simpler. More would not feel. But you are a lot, please, Uzumaki Naruto. Rejoice in general that the walls built around consciousness, thick, immense, impenetrable, hide most of your worthless experiences. It's enough for Sasuke that he senses chakra, and neither to why should he know what chaos is happening in head. How much do you have? Work for you? Sasuke asks, no waiting for an answer. Naruto blinks in surprise and mechanically looks at the grinning armies of documents with a sad look. And how urgent is it? I hungry. Naruto bites his lip. Stay in residences when Sasuke is in Konoha? Hear more. To the line. Not very urgent and not a lot, Dadabi. He nods and jumps over the table with a sharp jump. Sasuke instantly finds himself too close. His breath catches as usual. He tightens his grip on heart, painful lump, familiar, almost dear, and here same squeezes tighter when Sasuke pulls away. You, Uzumaki. Naruto grins in amusement. Let's go to Ichiraku, you? Only through mine, the Uchiha responds and heading towards doors. Naruto sticks his tongue out at him back. Sasuke is here, same raises his hand in indecent gesture. Uchiha, same eyes on the back of the head. Let's go to something more decent. More decent, look at him. Naruto mutters to himself, nose, covering the door to cabinet. Ichiraku ramen, this is very decent, Dadabi. There he has breakfast, lunch, and the Hokage himself is having dinner. Sasuke's short laugh loosens his icy grip on heart. Naruto hurries after and thinks how far his stupidity will go. Probably very far away. Naruto can tell when it started. When he started looking at Hinata and just see Hinata, a beautiful kunoichi, neat, sophisticated, smart. When I stopped noticing how they shine eyes and in the moonlight, how heavy hair flows, what kind of she has a thin waist and beautiful, how the sun hides in her a rare smile. When? Before Boruto's birth, or everything same after? Or right away the same way they got married and Naruto understood no more going back ways, no expensive either, only one chance to return. Yes, and why come back? But Sasuke doesn't came. Then, on wedding, Naruto was too happy and too much awareness that beautiful, wise, light and graceful Hinata near. After when he reveled her smell and body, her quiet, I thought were same Sasuke. Not good, oh it's not good to think about best friend in your first wedding night. It all seemed offensive at the time, but not very important. To that same Sasuke sent a letter with apologies and gift. The elegant hairpin looked good in the dark hair of the shining Hinata. Sasuke apologized profusely and complained that he was delayed by business. Naruto grumbled, but sent him a reply letter. He wrote that it was nothing to worry about. Would he not be offense? And a month later, Sasuke unexpectedly returned to Konoha, and in another week it's snowing. Their head fell off with Sakura wedding. Naruto smiled at all 32, pressing to myself Hinata, and congratulated happy Sakura, and emotionless as always Sasuke sincerely and from souls. Too away on happiness. Too stupid. Uzumaki Naruto before it was almost a household word for war. You liked it, idiot Uzumaki Naruto, as later, much later, when Sakura smiled tiredly, pressing him to yourself a squeaking bundle, did you realize that it's too late to correct the mistakes you've made? What should have been thought earlier? Before how Hinata I accepted your offer with a happy smile, until how it seemed to you that she eyes are the most beautiful of all eyes light, and even before how the Hitai that had been lying under the heart for years was squeezed by the fingers of its true owner. You liked it, idiot Uzumaki. Naruto's heart broke and shattered tiny fragments right to your legs, and it became clear that nothing to correct? Nothing anymore to correct. Not change and not turn back time. Uzumaki Naruto is strong, but so no even knows how he. And Hinata smiles less and less, and cries on rare nights when Naruto huddles on sofa in hall and Naruto feels full, but lied to her taller than him strength. She doesn't deserve this. Her must be loved, worshipped, worn hands like fragile perfection, and Naruto has been too war-battered for too long lived with there is only one goal in your head. And this goal not at all become Hokage. He thought he had changed enough to live an ordinary life, but it turned out that not hasn't changed at all. And warm, soft, dear Hinata an echo of the life he considered it my dream. And wrong. More once. He is not once her lie. He and not became. And perhaps it was cruel. More precisely, not maybe, that was cruel, Uzumaki Naruto, and you know that. He suggested. Let's break up. Not for my own sake, he has nowhere to retreat, all the mistakes he has made have already been made, the dice have been thrown and happiness appeared as an illusion before my eyes. But at her why she had a chance. Find someone who can admire to her. Not someone else's projection on her image. No, said she. Children. And Naruto agreed. Children. Naruto wants her so much happiness. Although would to her. Although would. It's a pity he not maybe she give it. You for how long? Naruto asks, sadly looking through the lines. I am the only place open at night that Sasuke considered a decent place doesn't have ramen. Served. The waitress fussily flutters around, arranging cutlery and completely ignoring other visitors, and Sasuke for a long time and meticulously studies the menu. Naruto takes from him a folder, thrusts it, wheezing from delight to the girl and speaks, bring us something more and hotter. On your taste. The waitress nods hastily and runs away, finally rewarding Sasuke with a greedy, undressing look. Naruto looks at her gloomily after, and Uchiha doesn't even notices, frowns and irritably taps the tightened-in glove hand on table. More and hotter, Uzumaki. Seriously? Myself same you say you're hungry, Dadabi. Naruto justifies himself. Sasuke looks at him for a long time and then shakes his head. Naruto almost with looks forward to an unflattering remark about his intelligence, but Sasuke is silent, just splashes an iris irritation. Naruto smiles forcefully, feeling the ice chain tightening around him again. Heart. So you for how long? Not I know, Sasuke shrugs. Your son sent me a letter. Boruto? Naruto blinks stupidly, as if he has a herd of sons. Sasuke raises an eyebrow sarcastically, mockingly. And is silent. Insult the Hokage insubordination, ticket tribunal. Naruto hates subordination and hates the Uchiha who suddenly loved it. What he wanted. Reported me, what I, as his teacher, am obliged to teach him, says Sasuke. Naruto could swear that tenderness. Head on give cut off. And not I can do this while I'm away outside of Konoha. I asked when I'll start their immediate responsibilities. And who is he so arrogant? No, can you tell me? Not I know, Naruto says, staring blankly at your plate. The waitress smiles charmingly and wishing you bon appetit, and devouring the Uchiha with his gaze, he leaves. At one time I didn't write to you wrote. Sasuke with compresses his lips forcefully, the hard fold of the edge's mouth. This is a dangerous topic, taboo. But the heart barely beats, but from pain and solar plexus has difficulty breathing, and Naruto doesn't care. It's a shame tremble, although resentment stupid. With what would Uchiha Sasuke be in Konoha is near him they are just friends, without obligations, without mutual debt. Another thing, student. The student is important. This is a responsibility. Uzumaki, Sasuke calls out to him. The voice is serious and cold, a little more and water will freeze in glass. Shall we order sake? This is so unexpected that Naruto opens the door in amazement. Mouth. Sasuke looks straight and open, falls to eye long bangs, soft reflections flicker on straight hair. He handsome, Naruto suddenly thinks. The thought responds with familiar pain. Always so, you think it can't hurt anymore, maybe here you go, please. Near nothing is impossible for an Uchiha. Almost nothing. Let's, Naruto agrees. And smiles. Neither to what does Sasuke need to know, anything. Not at all to what. Only you keep in mind, Dadabi, I master. Sasuke grins. I remember me, what are you master? Naruto also remembers how trash on wedding at Shikamaru not it's a frail thing to drink up half of the stored alcohol reserves in one sip of then, by stories of witnesses, did utter nonsense, and blushes. Sasuke grins. He's the one not I drank then, and he's the one dragged Uzumaki home. It was, even before Hinata. Only one once, Databe. This doesn't happen anymore will happen again. Naruto puffs indignantly. Sasuke grins even wider, almost smiling. I can, topic. Let's argue. Well, I'll bet here same. Sasuke agrees and raises his hand. Waiter. Naruto looks at its clearly defined profile and thinks that the pain that always accompanies him, one has only to think about Sasuke's small fee. Quite tiny, and if you think about it, it is habitual, it takes its toll on long-term interaction with Erosenin. Naruto finds it difficult to say when he drank in first once, but what is he drinking learned in that a long, almost endless journey with Jiraiya. This is a certainty, almost a fact. Yes, and the fox always grumbles and swears, sucking alcohol out of him with chakra blood. Kurama doesn't like the smell, and the fog that clouds Naruto's consciousness is also not like it, and he diligently prevents Uzumaki from losing himself in drinking. Even when you want. Now not I want to. But for some reason the picture in front of my eyes is floating. Sasuke's face is deleted, then is approaching. Naruto gurgles through his cup asking him to stop. Not tricky, will vomit yet, he same Hokage, he can't. Uchiha doesn't seem to understands. He never anything at all understands. Oh, then Naruto is here same informs him, washing down the phrase with another cup. You, Sasuke sighs. His voice sounds right above your ear, reverberating into head with a Chidori roll. Nice and warm. Naruto cringes and tries to lean against Sasuke's shoulder, but the insidious Uchiha suddenly finds himself much further away than he was a second ago, and Naruto almost plows through the parquet floor with his nose. He's being pulled by the collar a second before close acquaintance with the dirty floor of a decent Konoha establishment. The stomach twists into a lump, the world instantly floats before your eyes, adding thrills, and in a second Naruto is on street, near Big Bush. The bush is beautiful, it grows very conveniently here. Naruto folds in half, suffering a wave of nausea and waiting for him to vomit. But tenacious stomach of a shinobi, accustomed and not to such tricks, protects his own, and Naruto shows the big one. Even his stomach is against him, Naruto thinks, gasping for icy air. You okay? Sasuke's voice is very close. Naruto turns his head and suddenly sticks his nose right into Uchiha's face. He very close, too close. It's a little too much, but Naruto is beyond measure to remember why. For some reason I want a hug. Other candidates know, it's too late, so Naruto wraps his arms around Sasuke's shoulders and nuzzles warm neck. Skin smells like dust, and blood, and moonlight and shadow of the past rain. Still, it seems, Naruto hallucinates, and not only smells, but in sensations. Otherwise, how to explain that he feels Sasuke's hand on your back? Ashura Tankuchi, the Uchiha quietly exhales. I secretly want to burst into tears, but Naruto holds back, bites his lips and squeezes his hands tighter. It's very scary that Sasuke will turn out and will leave. Naruto will be able to cope with this now. Well, you and got drunk. Why do you no more call me so? Naruto mutters pitifully. How? Sasuke asks after a long exhale. The voice is distant and cold, but hand everything is like that same warms the blade, and breath tickles ear. Well, Naruto is trying to catch tail at least one thought, but they and V sober heads hide in corners, and V in general, wild chaos reigns in an intoxicated place. Well, so. As always. Like now. Theme, you, Sasuke sighs. Naruto nods slightly. This not just Hokage, no just Naruto, it's personal, emotional, a connection long lost in years. A sign that the emotionless Uchiha Sasuke doesn't matter. And Hokage. Naruto winces, instantly change tone and clings tighter to Sasuke's back with his fingers. But late, the Uchiha rises, dragging him by himself, supports, not letting you fall. But abyss he or she between them grows with every second. Sasuke doesn't easily unclasps his hands, leaving one at yourself on neck, supports waist either give either take, comrade saving a wounded soldier. Pulling him out fields of recent battle. For some reason this thought seems wildly funny to Naruto. He based on Len's shoulder, bites lips, and still laughs. We lost ours fight, right? Topic? Sasuke is silent, he just throws a fleeting glance at him. Naruto chuckles, the earth spins before his eyes, and seems wildly funny the way he lost his life. Sasuke is silent, but Naruto wants some kind of reaction, so he stops, tries to look into the Uchiha face. I fought, do you hear? Behind you. And lost. He shrugs, apologizing to himself. Sasuke doesn't care, he stands there like a statue, watching. Not understand what's going on in this head. You know, the topic, Naruto sighs. Is not my fault. You after all for not me fought, and Kakashi-sensei always taught us that we can only be defeated in team, Uzumaki, you. This yes, Naruto agrees, listening intently to sensations. I am trash. Not good, Databe. Let's go, idiot, says Sasuke. Naruto imagines recent tenderness in his tone, but it's all sake and damn hallucinations. You need to sleep off. Not just home. Naruto sighs pitifully. Now it periodically gets dark before my eyes, and my legs feel like they are made of cotton. Suddenly I want to feel sorry for myself, to hide from the whole world and play offended Kunoichi. It's a pity he Hokage, and allow himself to hide under someone's skirt, not maybe. Not I want to go home. Let's go to Ichiraku, team. That's enough for you. Sasuke shakes his head and catches him when Naruto tries to get closer to wall. Walk straight, Uzumaki, don't shame on you. Shinobi you or how? Better would or how, Naruto unexpectedly admits. What do you think? Topic if would we not there were shinobi, everything was would differently. You and your talking nonsense, Sasuke responds quietly. Naruto feels bitterness in his voice. Wake up and all will pass. Not will pass, Naruto complains, shaking his head. From sudden movement becomes even worse, he almost hanging on Sasuke. The voice merges into quite pathetic muttering, but speak more clearly above him strength. I waited, and it's not all passes and not passes. It's a shame, the topic is that not by me so? Hear you cool, you don't care. I don't doesn't matter. You, Naruto, Sasuke whispers quietly, finally lifting him onto shoulder. You just. Naruto almost wakes up when they put him on legs. Near falls, clings to outstretched palm. Presses his forehead into someone else's shoulder. Smells like papers, ink and dust. Residence. The sound of regular breathing can be heard nearby. Naruto is happy would open your eyes, but the darkness is so warm and friendly. Wraps a blanket around her shoulders, breathes temple, mutters something soothing and at the same time unflattering. Doubts his intellect. It's nice, at least someone doesn't fawns over him. At least someone. He is almost forcibly placed on something moderately soft. Naruto automatically wraps his arms around the darkness and sucks in air. Dust, sweat, blood, moonlight and danger. The darkness tries to pull away, but Naruto doesn't let go, squeezes his hands harder. He mutters something plaintive, no worthy of Hokage. He asks to stay. And the darkness sighs, ruffles his hair with the breath of the wind, envelopes his shoulders with warmth and breast. Naruto grabs onto her stronger and smiles. For real, for the first time in a lot of years. Ashura Tankachi, the darkness mutters. And presses him to myself stronger. Naruto dreams of darkness and calmness. And quiet breathing nearby. Chapter 2. Rules. Naruto wakes up a moment before the way the door opens. My head hurts too much to even think about that to move, so he decides to pretend to be dead, faded and incompetent. Get up, old man! With Boruto, who sneaks up on him, disrupts his plans with a battle cry. Naruto bends over pain and rammed in the stomach with a foot, then falls back on pillow from the pain is already in head, and Son, with an impudent grin in all 32, sits down him on stomach. Well, and it stinks you. I'm actually your father, Naruto wheezes in a low voice. Boruto snorts and makes himself more comfortable. Behind several months after Momoshiki's attack, relationship, if and not things got better, then approached border of the norm. Standards and Naruto's understanding, of course. And Hokage. Respect and all that? Boruto chuckles understandably. Old man, you where was it yesterday? Keep an eye on speech. For the order of his Naruto, though to him, according to for the most part, it doesn't matter. My head is pounding. Wait a bit. He tries to concentrate and dive into your subconscious, to idle Fox, but something not lets in. Distracted by fidgeting Boruto's stomach, birds chirping behind window, the sun hitting directly in eyes, and headache. The fox grumbles, but on calls are not responds. Listen, old man, Boruto drawls after a minute. Naruto, tired of fruitless attempts, opens one eye maximum of his capabilities for this moment. Maybe I should at least give you a pill? Naruto closes his eye back. Got it, can heal a through stomach wound in a couple of seconds and cope with this red ass is not a headache v strength. The fox grumbles something unfriendly, but to I don't care anyway lets in and not to cure a headache going. Naruto frowns, but decides to find out that Kurama was offended, a little later. And what happened yesterday? Memories flash in fragments. Naruto remembers how Sasuke was ordered sake. How did he habitually knocked over I immediately drink myself? What nonsense, as Fox metabolism and Erosenen's habit is that he needs 4 jugs, not less. But my memory was cloudy after the first cup, and further failures meant uncertainty. And what does all this mean? Dad, should I give you a pill? Boruto calls out to him. Let's, Naruto decides, wincing in pain. There is still a working day ahead, and I want to spend it with working head. Sun is here. Sane climbs into belt bag, rummaging in trash and takes out a greenish pill. Naruto doesn't accept without fear her. Thank you? Having examined it with all parties and logically deciding that I would die from poisoning Kurama will definitely hinder him, he throws the ball into mouth and swallows. The pain subsides after a minute, leaving your head delightfully clear. Cool, Naruto informs the closely watching him to his son. The one here same smiles, rubs the back of his head in embarrassment. This is Uncle Sasuke for me. Gave, says ingenuously he. And Naruto suddenly remembers all that nonsense that he carried while dead drunk and hanging on the Uchiha's dead weight. The air seems to evaporate, and a melancholy suffocation worse than a headache. Got it, swore same hold your tongue teeth. Database, can you imagine me on mission thought, but what is he doing promised to teach me and not teaches? And wrote him a letter. Can you imagine, he took it and came. I am going out this morning and he is their costs. He said, let's train, Database. Only him wants to take me in some kind of alley. Completion that Lee, I not understood. And said that I must ask you to take time off. Can I go there, can I? I'm completely crazy he that weather, Naruto mutters, closing his eyes. Boruto sniffles, distracting him from thoughts, and it seems, not even remembers that Naruto yesterday and once again not was nearby. He came to ask for permission, as if he needed it when he needed it. Okay, go ahead. Just be careful and from Sasuke neither foot, understand? Yes, Database. Boruto screams, jumping up place and throwing his hand in a victorious gesture. A sharp knee lands right on victim with evening liver. Naruto winces and gently nudges him with myself. Sun flies to gender, and with speed of the meteorite is heading towards window. Wait a minute, Naruto slows him down, sitting down on couch. Boruto freezes and turns around in confusion. Sasuke will wait, he habitual. How did the mission go? Boruto frowns warily, his light eyebrows quiver, and then fades into happy smile and, instantly forgetting about Sasuke, plops down next to him and begins to talk. Chatter about his adventures in which is more embellished lies than truth, is a great distraction. Naruto leans back and look at active gestures. Almost doesn't work notice that your hands are shaking subtly. In the shinobi world one who breaks the rules garbage. Naruto always found that statement funny. It is better to go to the tribunal than to betray your friends. It's better to save the children than to get the scroll. It is better to save a comrade against all odds than to continue the mission. Of course, in part, Kakashi-sensei and Ero-senin manage to drive into. He has a clear sense of the edge when you need to push your personality deeper and become simply a combat unit of the village. But choose between big and with less losses. He saw and not learned. Learn save everyone. Yes, it turned out much easier. But Naruto learned one thing. Rules, and in some case good. He has his own rules. They were invented a long time ago, although not really came up with it. Arose on their own themselves, drew themselves on walls of the subconscious with huge posters. The grinning fox calls it running and childish, but how can someone so old understand something Naruto can't represents, therefore from Kurama waves it off. The rules are simple, and in general, they make life much easier. Made it easier would Naruto followed. Don't touch Sasuke. Don't touch, like when either hand reached out to straighten the collar, tuck it in ear, bangs getting in the way, pull the twig out hair. How would neither? I wanted to spend cheek, touch old scars. Half of Naruto knows them well. Not reach out with your hand's fingers, intercept scrolls and weapons, not touching someone else's hand. Not try to file a deferred katana side, shake the outstretched hand briefly, and clearly not squeeze your palm longer than necessary. Not touch, don't stretch, don't try. And even in fight, when your back is pressed against back or katana crossed with kunai, remember not to touch Sasuke. Don't think about Sasuke. Sitting behind table, buried in documents, or hastily devouring the breakfast prepared by Hinata so as not to meet with, look at her so as not to cause even more pain, either giving orders, or signing reports, or communicating with children. Not to think about Sasuke. Neither to what good it never does led and no more will lead. Uchiha Sasuke, Uzumaki's best friend Naruto, the seventh shadow of fire. About doesn't know this only Konoha, but in all world. Uzumaki Naruto is happy in marriage. He has 2 beautiful children and beautiful wife. One of the best ninja of the village. Uchiha Sasuke travels around the world, but his wife are always waiting for him at home, daughter loving and understanding. And returning, Uchiha Sasuke is always in a hurry to him. The time when the ways of the Hokage and the Uchihas have dispersed, it's long past. And better not think. So as not to I had to regret it. Don't talk about Sasuke. Talk about Boruto, remember Himawari's smile, admire wisdom and grace of Hinata, smile at Sakura-chan and admire her beauty. Scold Konohamaru, joke with Sarada, remember with Kakashi-sensei is full of nonsense from childhood. Wishing eternal youth to Rock Lee, discuss what Shikamaru is doing, send Zen into missions. Tell children in academy about the importance of the Hokage's work, talk about duty and honor, argue with Bureau of Research, discuss what Sakura-chan is a new experiment. And never and neither with who not talk about Sasuke. Don't remember. Neither O Sasuke, either O past. And this is where all the rules go to waste Tartarars. Because what, well how not recall? Naruto remembers. Every day, every movement, every look. Remembers that burning desire to save the Uchiha from hatred. That impossible, irrepressible desire. And why same you, Uzumaki Naruto, always so desperately blind when it comes to you personally? Naruto remembers. How Sasuke left. Like a thread that dangles from Sasuke on belt, carefully lay in belt bag or under your pillow. How Naruto took care and cherished his promise to Sakura. How he justified himself, it was as if they needed an excuse. They and were needed then. Reasons to save and thousands of reasons to return. Look, Uchiha Sasuke, Sakura-chan is still waiting for you. And Konoha is waiting. And Uzumaki Naruto will bring you back them. And not even realizes that he was returning, not Konoha. How not remember if a whole layer of life passed under one slogan? Bring Sasuke home. This is a huge part of life, ingrained in the very essence of battle, attempt to protect those who are dear, an eternal race. An ineradicable component of reality, which suddenly ended, leaving behind perplexed and confused world. And in this place, where the war has become a terrible memory, there is no home for those who are stuck in a viscous web of amber past. Naruto got stuck. He's still there in a battle where every wave of Kagaya's hand promises instant death to the whole world, and the only one on someone you can rely on, boy memory, part of life from dreams, close again. And not it's clear you can still whether trust him with your back, but you already trust, because you have always been the biggest in Konoha. And never in the end not was wrong about people. And Sasuke doesn't wrong neither once. Naruto is still fighting, although he has his main battle already lost. In an attempt to make life easier for himself, Naruto, like always, not takes into account one important detail. He's strong, has that very intuition that allows you not to die under the first or kunai and jump away from places where a random explosive seal is aimed. But Naruto is a tactician, he can take it win fight, instantly break away places and make a quick decision, or do a bunch of stupid things. A strategy, long-term plans calculated before little things, or a system of rules that should be violated, all this is by no means his territory. No wonder Nanadame Hokage's assistants, the best strategist of the country of fire. But Naruto has little idea of the situation, which he decide to approach Shikamaru and say, "Hey friend, help me find a way to throw out the Uchiha Sasuke from heads. Unless you have to get drunk," but hardly whether Naruto would be able to watch in peace after that evening. Their flying days, Boruto then appears, then disappears, and Sasuke seems would know in Konoha. But he there is, and all Naruto rules fly. Because Boruto flies towards him in cabinet happy, smiling, no matter how was already a very long time ago. He has a shabby look and absolutely torn clothes. On cheek mark recent wound, in excitement and delight. "Database," exclaims Boruto, ignoring the Hokage's attempts to work. It's true that you can use summon frogs." "Toad," Naruto corrects. Database, teach me." Uncle Sasuke said that he don't teach will become. You knew that he calls snakes and eagles? Isn't that cool?" "True," Naruto agrees. "And yes, I'll teach you." And really leaves in Clone's office unprecedented, but for some reason Shikamaru just grins approvingly, and not threatens to complain to Kakashi-sensei. And Naruto kills all day long something to force the nasty toads to conclude with Boruto contract. Then another day to teach him how to call tadpoles. And Boruto beams with delight and sincere interest. And runs away, shouting that he must show this to Uncle Sasuke. And Naruto returns to your office and thinks about Uchiha. All the time that he goes through documents and automatically sends ANBU and Zenonov on missions, and signs orders, and much more thoughts about Sasuke is spinning in head-insistent background. They are bitter and make your heart ache, but Naruto may stop. He thinks about that Sasuke must be staying in Konoha for Sarada's sake. Their relationship finally improved, and young Uchiha flutters around Konoha is like a moth that has reached the light. He thinks about that Sasuke is probably glad to rest. What do you have? His wife is here, and Sakura-chan is very happy now. He thinks that it is high time to give up the thought of Kaguya as there where it is erected lock v cursed, lifeless lands. And oh that it's time for Sasuke would make time for family. And to him would it's time. But too much work with Himawari. He saw you at last week when she brought him a bento she had made herself. A Hinata. Hinata is better off without him. Maybe. Boruto next appears with two toads on shoulders. Proud up impossible, but still confused. Naruto takes a closer look, recognizes the sons of Gamakichi, ignores Kurama's roar of contempt inside and smiles sincerely. Boruto smiles at answer, sits down on couch and all that the time that Naruto fills out documents, excitedly talks about the way Sasuke trains him. And when for it's already getting dark through the windows, he asks cautiously, "Dad, why do Uncle Sasuke doesn't have a hand?" Naruto stares for a long time him. Boruto fidgets under the gaze, but looks gloomy and decisively. Purses his lips to a complete stranger, and an absolutely familiar gesture. Naruto sighs and rubs the fingers of his bandaged hand. Forehead, tapping himself temple, bringing thoughts into order, and answers, "Long story." Boruto is already preparing to interrupt indignantly, but Naruto stops him with a raised palm. "Let me, I'd better tell you." Here you are, you know how we are with Sasuke learned to climb trees?" Boruto shakes his head and here same creeps up, eagerly peering at Naruto's face. On for a moment his gaze slides to documents still lying in front of Naruto. He frowns, as if he fears that his father will now send him away and will take care of work. Naruto is following his gaze and puts the documents away. Boruto blossoms better than Rock Lee. Naruto grins and begins to talk about how they are with Sasuke learned to climb trees, as they tried to remove the mask from Kakashi-sensei, how they caught the governor's cat, how Sasuke fed him on training field. He remembers how they competed in academy. He embellishes, of course, but Boruto doesn't notices the catch. Tells about the bridge builder Tazuna and Haku. About how Sasuke covered him with himself, and then Naruto already saved Sasuke. When he finishes listing all those absurdities that fell on head to team number 7, it's late at night. Boruto bites his lips and his eyes sparkle, but Naruto just sighs and interrupts his story. Late already. Go home, Mom will worry. Boruto is indignant, but obediently gets up and brushes himself off. Looks from Hope. You not will you go? A lot of affairs. Naruto shakes his head and moves towards paper for yourself. Good night. Good night, Dad. Boruto sighs and runs away. As his footsteps fade into the distance, Naruto puts the documents away side and, clasping his hands in front of him, looks for a long time with an unseeing gaze at window. Memories flash before my eyes, and all they are starting from exam for Chunin and ending with Kagaya brings only the familiar dull pain. 3 weeks pass Sasuke's return Konoha, and behind all this time not two things happen. Naruto is like that, not returns home, preferring to while away the nights on couch in residences. And so does Naruto. Not meets with Sasuke. Although he already lost on all fronts. Rules that are clearly thought out and necessary as air, crumbled into dust when colliding with reality. Uzumaki Naruto doesn't able to forget about Uchiha. Not then when his son talks about Sasuke everyone once he looks in his office, when Sakura, for some reason gloomy and throwing on Naruto's strange looks flash before his eyes every day. Naruto looks at her, greets him as usual and says that Sakura-chan is more beautiful than ever. He wonders how often Sasuke smiles to her? The same smile that appears on his lips only when the Uchiha calls Naruto Ashura Tankichi. The smile is not for Naruto, but see at least part of her joy. Naruto knows where Sasuke disappears. Chakra can be felt on in the east, in old training grounds. He set up camp there and returns to Konoha only when that may intersect with Hokage. That yes, Naruto thinks that Sasuke doesn't returns at all by at least his chakras are in he's in the village not didn't notice anything once. But most likely he is wrong. Not maybe same Uchiha leaves his wife and child, being so close. Of all the prescribed rules, Naruto follows only one, the most important and indestructible, no touch Uchiha Sasuke. Unfortunately, he does is not from great will, and from the banal absence of an Uchiha nearby. And it would good if would not I wanted to howl like a wolf and throw on east by raisin gans. By the evening of the usual day when Naruto habitually already thinks about Sasuke, filling out another piece of paper, the settled rhythm of life falters. Naruto's head snaps up as the door silently opens. Blink stupidly, no believing my eyes and sensations. Very busy? The Uchiha drawls without greeting. And stops right in front of the table. I hungry. On this time I choose a decent establishment Databe. Here same Naruto mutters, already realizing that he is making a big mistake, but being not V have the strength to stop. Sasuke chuckles and shrugs. Naruto jumps over the table and goes for Uchiha. If he it seems that and there are notes of doomed determination in Sasuke's movements, then he prefers about that's for me think. After all, no think about Uzumaki Naruto always did the best. Chapter 3. Genjutsu. They wander along quiet evening Konoha, foot and leg, shoulder to shoulder. Sasuke is silent, looking straight ahead, and he's thinking intently about something. Naruto before trembling I want to listen to his sensations, glimmering on memory of the edge of consciousness that once, a long time ago, they could feel each other. Hear and understand, not pronouncing words. These were the times of the Fourth War, Madara and Kagaya bloody, cruel. For some reason now it seems that there was more life in them than in web of measured surreal, a dream called reality. They come to Ichiraku. Naruto slows down and throws Sasuke glances quickly. The Uchiha silently shakes her head. The sharp chin deviates to the right, slides a long strand of hair on cheek and moves on. For some reason it seems that his refusal has nothing to do with Sasuke's dislike for ramen, a sharp sensation similar to a moment of insight when you sense an ambush ahead. It's dangerous to go, but adrenaline is already pumping, blood ringing with furious anticipation. Naruto freezes for a moment, border of the illuminated circle. Further along, the street lights went out. There is darkness ahead, and Sasuke goes to her step by step. Deleted. It's like a nightmare on duty is embodied and life takes on colors. A Naruto remembers how such things end dreams. He's up to pain, clenches teeth, and V2 wide steps equals Uchiha. Shoulder to shoulder. Sasuke stops at bridge. Naruto walks a little further, leans his elbows on railing, looking in dark water, and is silent. It seems that the bottomless expanse is far below, but there's no point here in a couple of meters. Ayano had a single thought, and the gaze of the Uchiha frozen behind wanders around skin, gets tangled in hair, warms with heat neck. Something is happening. Naruto swallows the silence, draws and feels the spicy air of a summer night. Somewhere on bonfires are being lit in the east. My stomach swells from fear and dries up in throat. The heart is pounding chest, drowns out the rustling of leaves and splash of the river. Sasuke's breathing sounds like a thunderous roar through the desperate pounding. Something's going to happen now, this bridge. And all the demons of the world see that Naruto will be happy even with the sudden resurrection of Kagaya. Then the night will roll to another mess, and troubles were back to back, breath to breathing, and chakras, intertwined, roar like a wounded beast, the only place in which Naruto feels calm next to Uchiha. He can't even imagine maybe what conclusions were drawn by the brilliant descendant of the great clan from his mutterings in that evening. What will Sasuke tell him? What, Naruto, and were you talking nonsense? And Sasuke will definitely tell you about this throughout Konoha. I already told you. What's Naruto? He's Sasuke. Couldn't even imagine maybe what was Uzumaki talking about. And not once whether the Hokage will henceforth refrain from Uchiha company? What, Naruto? Betrayed Hinata, and I myself had strange thoughts about him, Uchiha Sasuke. And knows whether Naruto what? Sasuke has a normal family, his beloved wife and beautiful daughter. And they are happy. He, Hokage, can roll and never even close to not to the Uchiha clan suit. Which one of options? Naruto never was a coward. And he turns around, clasping his hands fists, automatically concentrating chakra into palms. Every conversation with Uchiha is a fight worse than a fight with Madara and Kagaya. More serious than anything that has ever happened to Uzumaki on Ways. Naruto doesn't coward. But he's scared. He smiles. The eye is instantly drawn to Sasuke. The Uchiha has a concentrated, almost frowning face. As if he solves some very difficult, unpleasant problem for himself. And no way I can understand, I was wrong whether he v decision or did everything right. As if from the error depends on something very important. You seem hungry, Dadabi, Naruto says, just would say something. Sasuke winces and peers at him, eyes. From his resolve is turning bad, and I really want to punch someone in the face. To just beat and not be afraid, and not think. And not wait. Ashura Tankachi, Sasuke calls him. Naruto winces, blinks away, surprises. I want to show you something. This is not at all what Naruto was expecting to hear. He frowns, instantly considers, eats whether this part of Konoha anything worthy of the Hokage's attention, and not could whether it appeared while this same Hokage was engaged in self-flagellation in residences. But Sasuke doesn't gives time, not even a second gives. He suddenly, with favored Uchiha speed, which Naruto does not calls him names without malice, and turns out to be nearby. Too close. Naruto feels someone else's breath on him cheek and sees a bright red iris with slowly merging Tomo. The fox roars in subconscious, and Naruto falls in darkness. And the moon overhead is blood black. He comes and jerk yourself here, same jumps on feet, looks around. This is Konoha and not Konoha at the same time. The details are clear, every leaf is visible on trees, every shadow on sun-drenched courtyard. Somewhere children are laughing, dogs are barking in the distance. The Hokage's heads look down. The wind blows road dust and frolics with withered grass. Something is wrong. Naruto folds seal tiger and barks, Kai. The chakra swirls inside, roars like an icy whirlpool, and your fingertips instantly become cold. And naught is happening. Nothing. It's like that same the birds sing, the laundry flaps wind. And the aroma of buns fills the air, and mother's screams can be heard, unlucky son. Well, yes, where to go? Uzumaki Naruto break genjutsu Uchiha Sasuke. Be he 4 times Hokage, he doesn't learn never. The way to develop strength is too alien. Naruto annoyedly shakes off the frost from his palms and looks around again once. Everything is heard, felt, even felt like it's crawling through a brazen bug on your leg. Just this bug, the trees, even the grass none. Empty inside. Naruto, it turns out, is too used to feeling the world around him just like others, and now he seems suddenly blind and deaf. Is not adds peace of mind, and anger at Sasuke is growing up geometric progression. What a murmur! Drive the Hokage into genjutsu, here's an act that deserves a fist and I'm giving birth. Naruto. The Uzumaki turns around sharply, squinting his eyes from instantly flashing sun. Sasuke's shadow is drawn in black silhouette on the nearest roof. Naruto doesn't see his face, but he could swear that his right eye was burning with a scarlet flame. I ask? Barks angrily, he clenching his fists. What does this mean, Dadabi? You understood, states the Uchiha. Of particular surprise in his voice is not audible, but Naruto is still terribly angry. Of course I understood. Sasuke, what does this mean? Dispel the genjutsu immediately. What the jokes, Dadabi? Later, throws the Uchiha. Naruto chokes on air indignation and is already turning in to hand the first threads of chakra. The future Rasengan burns the palm, but so and not completes the bloody undertaking. Let's go, Ashura Tankuchi. I'll show you something. And he disappears where he stood. Naruto clenches his fist grimly, the chakra dissipates, ruffling the crown of a spreading oak tree, and sucks under his breath. Knows, I have given up my orders, Dadabi. The Hokage is here, actually. Chakra Sasuke, the only real one in created by genjutsu, quickly moves away. Naruto promises himself to hit the Uchiha if possible and breaks down next. Excitement is knocking blood running through adrenaline in the veins. Naruto feels himself letting go of the tension of the past weeks and smiles. Sasuke's back is in front. He jumps into Academy courtyard, walks a few steps, stops next to Sasuke and looks around. The area is full of children and parents. Familiar faces flash by, screams are heard everywhere, and negotiation. A plump girl runs past with rich skin color. Naruto turns his head to her after, and with Choji's daughter is surprised to recognize him. Chow Chow, it seems? She runs up to Karui, smiles and enthusiastically says something. Looks younger than her, Naruto remembers. 9 years old? Naruto glances sideways at calmly looking out for someone in Uchiha crowd. Sasuke is, of course, talented. Naruto knows for sure that he not appeared in Konoha when Chocho was 9, hence seeing her not could. But reproduced masterfully, not distinguish. Sasuke where? We? Naruto asks, continuing to peer at Choji's daughter. Something not gives peace. An academy. On admission ceremonies, Uchiha responds. The constructed elevation, on where Chunin microphones are installed, smells of fresh paint. Naruto remembers the smell. Boruto was so worried that he tripped, and I stained my jacket. Hinata had to urgently change his clothes, and Naruto, as if exhausted, rushed home for new clothes. Sasuke may know this. Whereas Sasuke? Naruto steps forward, standing in front of the Uchiha, and can barely resist wanting to grab him shoulders. It is forbidden. Rules. This is not genjutsu? Intuition, that's the only reason why which Uzumaki lived and even successfully survived his turbulent youth. Naruto is used to blurting out the first thing that comes to him. Mind, and I'm used to it, not almost never makes mistakes. And now, Sasuke narrows his eye and looks carefully. Naruto suddenly notices through his thick bangs that Tomo's Rinnegan Sasuke is slowly sliding along circle. The body trembles, and from a feeling of danger in the pit of your stomach. Sasuke! Barks he. Usually from stand up in this tone string and salute, but the Uchiha just grunts and twitches his chin side of the stage. Naruto jerks around. He's exactly like that same, almost like that same, with swirls of disheveled hair, with shining protector on forehead, wide grin smiles with scenes. Like a shadow clone. But is not clone. Everyone instantly quiets down, jumps up another Naruto's face. The children smile shyly, climb up stage. Another Naruto pats on the top of almost everyone's head, winks and wiggles his eyebrows conspiratorially. By quiet laughter runs through the crowd of parents, and behind him, Iruka-sensei rolls his eyes. Another Naruto gives an opening speech, congratulating children, parents, relatives. Naruto has a pressing desire to cuddle up to Sasuke's shoulder and look at an even line of incoming children, Boruto's peers. Mitsuki, Shikadai, Chocho. Unfamiliar boy with transparent eyes. Unfamiliar girl with long hair. Many semi-acquaintances persons and Boruto is not among them. And Sarada too no. He breaks down places, leaving Sasuke behind back. Naruto remembers this day, remembers little things. Even this stupid speech, only he not inserted into appealing so many jokes borderline indecent. And not smiled through the word. He was serious, just like befits a Hokage. He remembers the place where Hinata and Himawari. Remembers how the sun played on children's hair, as the daughter squinted and only in clap from no delight clapped. And how Boruto proudly lifted his nose and condescendingly looked at her, Naruto remembers too. It's just Himawari no. A Hinata slim, with aristocratic posture, long wave of blue-black hair stands next to vaguely familiar man from Hyuga clan and smiles barely noticeably. Proudly. Sasuke approaches him as evening approaches. He makes his way through the crowd of people who don't notice him and stands next to him. Naruto looks like someone else. He, surrounded by children, smiles at whole mouth and allows you to touch yourself stripes on cheeks. A girl approaches them with long, beautifully styled hair. You her slanted eyes and pale skin. She smiles shyly and another Naruto suddenly removes his protector and with laughs and ties it to her on forehead. The girl is blushing and Naruto turns away. He did this same. Then. Only Boruto stood opposite, and Himawari happily clapped and laughed. Sakura appears unexpectedly. She wears a strict medical gown, her hair is tied tightly in braid. Another Naruto jumps up, happily reports her, how beautiful she is. Sakura growls something answer. Without hesitation he punches the other Naruto in the back of the head. The real Sakura is not. I did this for a very long time. Subordination. Another Naruto laughs, takes off girly protector, winks to her. Ta bows briefly, just like an adult kunoichi, takes Sakura by the hand and they leave, talking animatedly. Gradually the territory of the academy is emptying. The smile on the other Naruto's face slowly fades. He looks at compressed into hand protector. Drops him in pocket. Looks back at stage. The wind blows away the trash left by the children and ruffles the blonde locks of another Naruto. The sounds of the crowd are getting further and further away. Silence reigns, interrupted by the chattering of branches. Once upon a time, in this time Naruto was sitting at festive table, nudged the proud Boruto by the elbow and talked about his misadventures in academy. Of course he lied. But the sun smiled and Himawari said that a little more, and she will also become a kunoichi. An explosion of laughter is heard behind gate. A couple in love passes in the distance, supporting hands of a funny toddler. Another Naruto looks straight through Sasuke's chest, sees them off glance. The look of the responding Uchiha is deep and sorry. The other Naruto smiles slowly at emptiness, as if remembering how to do it. He ruffles his hair awkwardly, looks around as if looking for someone, and disappears. Is not genjutsu, Sasuke says quietly when it's almost evening in Konoha. Naruto slowly rises up his eyes. This is a projection. Possible past. What does it mean? Naruto asks emotionlessly. and an icy abyss froze in my soul. It's like opening a portal to one of Kagaya's measurements. Not I thought I could take you here. Sasuke lowers himself onto the ground next to him. His shoulders tremble wearily. This is a projection onto the day Boruto entered Academy. Only from another past. Not ours. Where he? Naruto asks, already knowing the answer. He not even surprised. Has anyone ever doubted Uchiha genius abilities, Sasuke? He's not here. Not exists. Neither him, nor your daughter, nor Sarada. He falls silent. For a second, a moment. As if making up his mind. This the world where we are chose each other. Something breaks under Naruto's heart and flies to depth, in the icy darkness of the abyss. He turns his head and looks at Sasuke's eyes. And there is nothing to breathe. The thick icy air freezes the lungs and binds the numb soul with indifferent fingers. And you unhappy here, Sasuke says quietly, no interrupting his gaze. Tomos slides on bloody sea of iris empty, cold. To a stranger. In this frozen world, clouds of steam escape from the mouth and settle on hands crackling with stinging frost. And the red-black moon slowly rises above the horizon. Chapter 4. Fork. The house is quiet and dark. A scattered glow of light pours from the second floor. Himawari is afraid to sleep in darkness. Hinata seemed to say that she wanted to do something with this. But Naruto hid his gaze fresh newspaper, hastily finished his tea and tried not look at her. Once upon a time I was also afraid of the dark. I wonder if Hinata knows about this. Of course not. Naruto same Hokage, her hero. Heroes are not afraid of the dark and scary monsters under the bed. Hinata doesn't even imagine what demons smiled at him during dream then, a long time ago, in distant lonely childhood. And Sasuke knows. And not misses an excuse to go for a ride theme of shy kittens. Not before mist. Thought about Sasuke hits with such recall that Naruto stops steps and hastily takes a breath. No. Not think. Not now. Ajar door to Himawari's room barely audibly creaks. Draft. The daughter sleeps restlessly, shudders from every little sound. The night light casts on wrapped in blanket silhouette warm bluish light. Naruto thoughtfully examines the door hinges, promising himself in the morning same there lubricate, and quietly passes in room. He sits down at her crib, looking at frowning face. She sniffles and clenches his hands in tiny fists, wrinkles forehead, lips tightly compressed. Running along cobwebs of tears on my cheeks. Naruto carefully touches wet forehead with fingertips. In her purple-gray monsters roam in the dream. Naruto doesn't differentiate them persons, but feels fear and horror, and the air is shaking from angry roar. Himawari cries, entwined in the nets of a nightmare, not v strength to escape from sleep. Once upon a time, leaving on night with the lights on, Mom said she shouldn't be afraid scary. That she is a future kunoichi and must overcome my fear. What monsters don't touched, what's there no? But here they are real and Himawari's dream are hidden in every shadow, hiding under the bed. Naruto frowns deeply and concentrates. Children's consciousness thin, almost transparent, light layers of chakra, whirlpools of feelings, dreams expanding in breadth. Children can dream. Her monsters slide with dirty gray thick carcasses across dark corridor. She runs but not can break away from them. Legs are not movements are slow and each jerk pushes the body forward only 1 millimeter, which is not enough to escape the monsters are behind. He appears in front of her shining with a bright red flame. Catches her fragile body and hugs, wraps in cloak. He smiles at his upturned, roaring face. 9 huge tails slowly rise behind him. The monsters are swept away by a huge wave of chakra. A distant fox can be heard roar. Himawari closes her eyes and buries his nose in warm jacket. It's light all around and quietly. Butterflies are flying and merge into fancy beasts' clouds. Snow-white fox on huge fangs bare in the distant blue sky. Don't be afraid. Dad will always protect you. Naruto emerges from her sleep, helplessly leaning his forehead on edge of the bed, gasping for air. The emptiness spreads inside, it hurts and my head is spinning. Growls in Kurama's subconscious, filling his empty chakra channels with his own burning power. Swears, beats his tails on the walls of his no longer cage and promises that in next time not will pull Naruto's ass out someone else's subconscious. Yes, and will leave to die there from exhaustion. And Uzumaki not at all Rikudo, he brat and nonentity, and he has no business walking around someone else's head, if and can't figure it out maybe. Naruto listens without objection to the angry lamentation of the fox. Before I really want to joke about a mother hen, but there is a high probability that then Kurama will kill him place. And he is silent. It's like that same creaks on the door is drafty, the night light is on with a bluish light, howling behind wine through the window. Himawari squeezes his hand with her thin fingers and smiles. In her dreams a huge fox is dozing on a boundless, sun-drenched chamomile field. Boruto's room is empty. Naruto freezes threshold, looking at the usual mess, and then he carefully closes the door. He knows where to look for his son, and going to start right now. Right now. He's just a little cowardly, he's already in a hurry. A bit symbolic, always happens what you fear most. Naruto walks carefully corridor to stairs, the floorboards creak near the very steps. He is not thinking, steps on wall, goes down. In the living room is dimly lit. The door is slightly open, the kitchen looks inviting, but not imposes itself, carefully calls for light and smells of fresh tea. This is all Hinata, even fighting, destroying enemies and forced to take command of Junior's rank, she is afraid to impose her opinion. Hands clench themselves, fists, the door creaks protractedly. What, with door hinges in this house? And Naruto walks in the kitchen of your own home for the first time in 3 weeks. Like on the battlefield. Not good. Hinata sits behind table, cups his hands tea, slender, beautiful, incredibly unearthly. Even now Naruto admires her beauty. She picks up, his eyes are transparent. And they have an unusual determination. Naruto has only seen this a few times. Times, when she fought to protect those he loves. Protecting him including. Which the battle you lead now, Eris clan Hyuga? Naruto sits down opposite in complete silence her. There is a second mug on the table, green tea, hint of mint. The tea leaves are swirling bottom, somewhat vertically frozen on water surface. They promise happiness. They lie, happiness has long gone from this house. Naruto takes the cup with his bandaged hand and takes a careful sip. With 2 spoons of sugar just like him loves. I thank you, Naruto-kun, Hinata suddenly says. It's kun again. Not get rid of him, not eradicate. This is an education, in habits, in every meter of the house of the Hyuga clan, imbued with aristocracy. It's like a reminder, you homeless dog next to purebred cop. He looks up to ask, to clarify. Have a good laugh behind, what can I be grateful to him for? And stops short. She's crying. Transparent tears slide down expressionless face. This is how shinobi mourn the dead, with indifferent face and an ocean of pain in eyes. Naruto wants to ask her not cry, don't be upset in vain, but not can say nothing words. Hinata cries, falls on hands, crystal drops. But not rounded shoulders tremble, not back shakes. She's crying for to what has long been lost, what has gone and never again will return. And she's sorry, but not moreover. She has always been strong, Naruto suddenly realizes. Perhaps someday she followed him, a self-confident boy in orange suit, but now she's stronger than him. She has, or has it finally appeared? The power to let go something that has to go. Not cling to past, not fear the future. She is much, much stronger than you, coward Uzumaki Naruto. And really loved you, speaks he. For some reason, it is important that she understands and believes. He really loved her, beautiful, kind, gentle, strong. The mother of his children. I know, Naruto-kun, smiles she. This is the smile of that Hinata from youth, embarrassed and sincere, with blush on tender cheeks. With streams of tears from corners of transparent eyes. Thank you? She gets up and walks around the table. Naruto is watching her approaching, not the strength to move. Iron chest aches, regret flows through veins instead of blood, and it's such a great, incredible pity that they were once mistaken. She touches her dry lips to his forehead, short, neat. Like Kushina in the only one time Naruto was able to touch smooth skin, not riddled with terrible wounds. As if blessing. "I so grateful to you," says a crying Hinata. She gently touches palm on his cheek, as if saying goodbye, and not turning around and leaving kitchens. The cheek burns after her touch. Naruto erases it with a sharp movement of his hand, and then presses his fingers to skin. It's like he's trying to hold on. Hinata will forever remain the only one and unique. They both just didn't go by that road. Wrong choice on fork. And now it is unknown whether it will lead whether winding path to the right goal. But on two more were born along this winding path, those who will choose intersections. Only already on theirs. And it was worth it. It's windy on the eastern ranges. Through the efforts of shinobi and nature, time has long uprooted trees, scattered dust-high boulders. Here on windswept plain, they train to listen to the air and beat on the sound of the wings of a flying mosquito, silence and silence. Look for clues from the earth, rush faster than a riding horse. Use destructive jutsu, for the use of which in Konoha can fly from Hokage by head, or train with students of summoning techniques. Although it may not them, show Naruto at least one jutsu Uchiha, which can be trained in close proximity to easily destroyed objects. The fire is visible from afar. Sasuke doesn't seize the point in hiding in Konoha, although, as Naruto approaches, he feels like one behind others burst the protective circles of seals. Uchiha sitting by fire. On vague shadows play on his face, hide his features, hide the expression of his eyes. He looks straight, no hiding, and sits relaxed, as if Naruto is just a comrade who went away to relieve himself a couple of minutes ago. Boruto is sleeping soundly nearby. Naruto looks around him, notices bruises, torn clothes, chipped knuckles and uneven, labored breathing. He takes a few steps under Sasuke's gaze, sits down next to Sun on knee. He frowns and holds out his hand. This is already familiar. Take a fragmented part of the chakra, restore the chakra flow in area of the 8th right rib, return the chakra from a piece of healing animal power. The red glow around Boruto fades. Sun here same begins to breathe more evenly. Sleeping, not wakes up. He just tosses and turns, mutters something. "You broke my baby's rib," Naruto grumbles and approaches fire, sits down opposite Sasuke. "Maybe," the Uchiha chuckles dispassionately. The fire crackles cheerfully, playful sparks fly up. And there is no firewood. The Uchiha directly feeds him with her chakra. This damned self-control is everywhere, Sun. And no from him peace. The fire is burning, like an abyss separating them, acquired its own version of fiery Gehenna. The silence grows, interrupted by the roar of the flame, and expands, engulfing consciousness. Naruto unexpectedly, despite the proximity of fire, it becomes very cold. Sasuke opposite frozen, alien, unfamiliar. How then, in Orochimaru's lair when Naruto saw him for the first time in some years, and I accidentally thought this shinobi is definitely the same Uchiha Sasuke. He hides his face in hands, drives away uninvited memories. Uchiha not visible, but thrown on Naruto's gaze is felt throughout the skin. "You knew?" Naruto asks dully before he can think. If Sasuke now asks what he means, then Naruto will be able to answer. "What did you know?" That Uzumaki is stupid, blind and makes mistakes. That 15 years ago he made the wrong choice? That for most of his life he did not understand how, and it's so incredibly late to fix anything that you just want to curl up in a ball and howl in pillow? Or that the choice was right? What do you have now? Naruto has a son and daughter, and at Sasuke Sarada and Sakura, yes. At that Naruto there is no one. And only Sasuke wanders somewhere far away, fulfilling his mission. And perhaps in that world he not is in a hurry to return. What should an Uchiha know? Sasuke, so that the damned heart would hurt at least a little less. "I knew," Sasuke answers. Naruto removes his hands, rubs his chin with bandaged fingers, looks into Sasuke's face dotted with firelight. The Uchiha is as calm as always, but Naruto suddenly sees perfectly and tightly closed lips and slightly quivering nostrils. And regret not yours, someone else's he feels too. Almost. Why do you? Why do you not said? How are you can you imagine this? Sasuke sighs heavily. I would came to you and said that marriage to is Hinata a mistake? What you should give up my dream and to wait for me? And believe that everything will be fine? And you would not hit me in the face, and rushed would the embrace? Rushed would, Naruto says dully. Sasuke suddenly reaches out his hand, as if he wants to ruffle his hair leisurely. But between them is the flame of a fire, and the hand falls away, leaving only cold and pain. You Naruto gasps. You always them was. If what you said. Naruto almost screams. Resentment burns the chest, the back of the head, which almost, in dreams. Sasuke's fingers touched, it tingled, my heart squeezed from feelings of imaginary loss. And no light in end of the tunnel. Even a tunnel stayed for turning. If what you said to the subject, anything was possible would be different. It's a little too much thoughts about how it could would maybe they're rushing through like a whirlwind head and let be. Let it be later would academy and other people's children are around, and protect her on to an unknown girl. Let be. After all, it was same something before that. It had to be. Naruto chokes on air, squeezes his eyelids, pressing hard on the corners of his eyes until they create white circles. Don't cry, he's Hokage. The territory of the academy appears before my eyes. And another one, clutching a cold protector in his hands. Alone. Nothing would have happened differently, Uzumaki. Sasuke says coldly. And here it is, the gap between them, growing and widening again. And not enough to shout to each other, as if they were again on the statues of the Valley of the End. Wake up. This is your dream, a house, children, family. It's always been your dream. And there was no place for me there. You were my dream, Naruto whispers quietly, and God see, it hurts so much that I can't breathe. It was always just you. Sasuke, You're wrong. Sasuke shakes his head inexorably. His bangs cover his eyes and it hurts too much for Naruto to even feel it. You would blame me. If only I could take this from you. Vinyl first, then I'd hate it. Is this an assumption or a statement? No, Naruto would never. You. Naruto barks. What are you, Uzumaki? Naruto. What are you like? What about Sakura? It's like a straw in a whirlpool. Cling and hold on, but she is carried along with you and you fall into the raging abyss. Sasuke, what about her? Sasuke shrugs indifferently. She wanted an illusion. And I gave it to her. Naruto bursts into anger. This is unthinkable, incredible, impossible, but here it is, bursting out of the Uchiha's mouth, Sasuke, as the most obvious of course. And it's not clear how to live now even with this. So you lied to her? She wanted to be deceived. Sasuke shrugs again. I didn't promise her anything. And she always knew the truth. I always knew. Naruto repeats senselessly. That is you. You. Well, you, Uchiha. Sasuke shrugs, for the third time, and returns the look directly. I told her everything. At once. And she agreed to this. The illusion of happiness. Naruto gasps for air and clenches his fists. I just want to jump up, ram the words down his throat, smash his face into bloody pieces. It can't be that Uchiha Sasuke was like that. Maybe something inside is telling me. And this something should be torn out of the chest, trampled and burned in the flame of a dividing fire. Then why? Naruto mutters, barely restraining himself. Pain and anger intertwine inside, the hot fox chakra bakes the palms. This feeling is similar to forgotten memories of how the red power tore bones and muscles, broke through the skin, acquiring tails and power. And nothing was important except the thirst for blood. Why did you show me this? So that you understand, Uzumaki. The largest shinobi in the entire history of the world, sitting opposite, answers dispassionately. That nothing can happen. You have a family, I have a family. And your whining a couple of weeks ago brought me to the idea that I need to finally straighten your brains out. He says harshly, coldly. And every word is a stake, an icy arrow in the heart. So forget it. Nothing not it was and wasn't could be. But it was. Naruto clenches his fists and clasps his teeth together. He holds on with all his might. You can't attack the Uchiha. Boruto is miraculously asleep here, and the fight with Sasuke is destruction that will even affect Konoha. You can't. And even if it hurts, even if you can't breathe and your heart can barely beat, even if you want to erase this impassive expression from his face, even if you want confirmation, something, at least something, to know that they are not strangers to each other. Let be. After all, know nothing. Not the slightest light in the piercing cold. Therefore, I would advise you. The Uchiha completes the thought. To go to your wife. And enjoy her company. And don't meddle in my life. It's none of your business. Just like that. It's none of his business. And the bastard doesn't care that his life is the most important thing in the Uzumaki's miserable existence. Naruto, 7th Shadow of Fire. In the ensuing silence, the crackling of the fire seems like distant explosions that destroy the supports of erected bridges. Naruto silently gets to his feet and leaves without looking back, managing to remain silent. And he doesn't see how the Uchiha looking after him buries his face in his knees. Fingers weave into dark hair, pulling hard, until it hurts and turns white knuckles. As if inside Sasuke's same roars cold icy abyss,